Hi, I'm Johanna Rothman, and this is my May 2023 Create an Adaptable Life newsletter. How can you use what's remarkable about you to create an even better life? I was at a writing workshop this past week, writing a ton of fiction. We don't critique each other's stories in this writing workshop. Only the instructor can offer us feedback. Yet we all struggled with how to judge whether our stories or writing were good. Writing is not about goodness. We can all use the various writing tools to make the writing good. Instead, the real issue is this: was this story memorable or remarkable in some way? When we write remarkable stories, we satisfy our readers. Sure, writers need to spell check and fix terrible grammar, but readers want to read remarkable stories, not good stories. Writers need to learn what's remarkable about their writing and capitalize on that. And then there's that simple matter of increasing that remarkability as we write. That's the same problem as how we live our lives. It's not that hard to be a good person. It's much more challenging to be remarkable. And most people, as my writing colleagues, have trouble seeing what's remarkable about them. I'm not pretending to offer a definitive guide, but here are some ways to see what's remarkable about you. An example of remarkability. First, discount any innate physical characteristics you have no control over, such as beauty. If you are beautiful, fabulous. You chose the right parents. Instead, remarkability has more to do with your attitude toward the world and how you express it. For example, take my comment a couple of sentences back about choosing the right parents. That sentence shows you a little about how I view the world. I rarely view the world in a straight line. Instead, I tend to skew. That sentence, "You chose the right parents," shows how I skew, and it has a little humor. That's part of what's remarkable about my speaking and writing. I often use gentle or self-deprecating humor to endear myself to my audience. Do I always succeed? No, of course not. But that's part of what makes me remarkable. I also get literal when I'm confused. My husband and children laugh at my literalness. While I'm not excited about that unintentional humor, I can appreciate their laughter and rewind the situation to see my alternatives. All of these characteristics, a slightly skewed perspective, humor, and my literalness with its effects, make me remarkable in small and large ways. That's about me. You can do the same. How you can see what's remarkable about you. What makes you remarkable is your attitude about the world. Without comparing yourself to others, ask, what makes you unique in your family or unique in your team at work? Where do you skew or diverge from the norm? Here are some characteristics you might consider. Focus on specific data versus making generalizations. Optimism versus pessimism. My sense of humor often arises from my optimism. Some specific experience that colors how you see the world. For example, I started programming when programmers were very close to the machine. Now programmers might not even care what machines their code runs on. Our experiences change how we see the world. Notice I didn't discuss any personality traits. That's because most people can flex out of their preferences, depending on the context. Even the biggest introvert will yell to save others if they see a dangerous situation. You might even use distinctive physical characteristics that are not innate. For example, I openly discuss my rollator and how I use it to travel the world. Use your remarkability to create a better life. The more I embrace my differences, my skew, the better my life is. My writing too. Avoid trying to fit into the way other people work or live. Instead of a lockstep approach, decide what's unique and remarkable about you. Then use that to create your better and more adaptable life. And if you're wondering about my fellow writers, they did work on what makes them remarkable. It was a great workshop. Announcements. Successful Independent Consulting is out. I have not yet made the announcement on any of my blogs, but it's out in ebook or paper. Your bookstore or library can order the paper version too. I have not yet linked the hardcover version of the book. If you prefer audiobooks, let me know. However, I can guarantee I will never offer another audiobook through Audible ever again. There's more links below about the previous newsletters of the previous issues of this newsletter, the announcement that I post a newsletter on this YouTube channel, and all the other possibly interesting links. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next month.